All systems go. Cleared for takeoff.
What's up, everybody? Big Marley 3 from SHIPIT Nation here to break down the Week 1 NFL Tiers Slate for you guys. Before we get into that, I want to mention that our 3-2-1 Blast-Off bundle is going away on Monday. This is the best price you can get. It is $321 for the next 6 months, which takes you all the way through the Super Bowl. That breaks down to $53.50 a month, which is by far the best price in the industry. And it gets you everything we offer for all sports. Our price will be going up to $69 a month next week, so get in now and lock in that discount for life. Once you sign up, you will get access to this 4-hour educational video from our guys Tambo and Hoop. They are two of the best in the industry, and they're giving away all their secrets in this 4-hour video. Hoop talks about winning the Millie Maker last year. Tambo crushes qualifiers and live finals, so he gives away his strategies for those, along with a bunch of other great information to help you guys become better DFS players. You can also speed that video up if you want, so you don't have to listen to a full 4 hours. Also, this show is brought to you by Drafters. I built 150 best ball teams on Drafters this year, and it was an awesome site to draft on. They also have weekly pick'em contests for each sport. So go over there, sign up with promo code SHIPIT, and they will match your first deposit up to $100. They also have an NBA contest out that you can start drafting in right now. All right, let's get into tiers. I have been doing tiers for a long time now. I went to the one and only Tiers Live Final 5 or 6 years ago, and I've been doing tiers content ever since. It is my biggest edge in NFL every year, and it's mainly because a lot of the sharp names that you see in the main field are just not playing tiers. And if you look through the lobbies, you'll see a lot of no badge players. So that's what I like to attack. Tiers is also easier because there are a limited amount of players that you can choose from, and there's no salary cap. So you get a lot of people just going in there, clicking their favorite player without using projections or putting much thought into it. I personally like to try and guess what the field is going to do and then think of smart ways to get different. I'm also a big correlation fan, so I'm still stacking in tiers GPPs when I can, just like I am in the main slate. For cash games, we don't have to worry about stacking. I'm just going to be using the top projected plays over at shipitnation.com, where we have projections for all sports for the best price around. All right, let's jump into this week 1 tier slate. I always like to start by looking at tier 1 and tier 5. This is where our quarterbacks are going to be. So I like to check what quarterbacks are available in these 2 tiers. And then I start clicking on the other tiers and seeing what stack options are available for those quarterbacks. I don't just click my favorite plays in each tier. I try to correlate my lineup in a way that makes sense. So this week for tier 1, we have 4 great options, but I think 3 of them are going to lead to a lot of similar lineups if people are stacking. Fields, Hurts, and Lamar, they can all be used solo. You can just throw them out there naked because they can get there with their legs and they don't have to be stacked. They could also pass to people who just aren't on the tier slate and make the lineup without any pass catchers stacked with them. However, I personally do like to stack both of my quarterbacks, even if they are rushers, just because it helps narrow down my lineup. In tier 1, we have Justin Fields. His only stack option this week is going to be DJ Moore in tier 8. He also only has one run back option from the Packers, and that's going to be Aaron Jones in tier 7. So if you're building around this game, those are the only 3 options you can use from. I do like using like maybe a DJ Moore with Aaron Jones as a mini stack and not using Fields, but I'm going to be stacking in every lineup I build. So it's just going to depend on what combos mix in with each of these different quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts, he only has 2 stack options. They are AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, but they're both in tier 4. So you have to decide between the 2 of them. I often like making lineups. I'll make a Hurts to Brown lineup, fill out the rest of it, and then I'll duplicate that lineup and I'll use Smith instead if Hurts was going to be my top quarterback this week. But they also only have one run back option, and that's Ramondre Stevenson in tier 6. So if you're building around that game, those are the only options you get to choose from. Lamar Jackson, his only pass catching option is Mark Andrews in tier 6. He also has J.K. Dobbins, who you could use as a contrarian stack option in hopes that they just lock up all the touchdowns between those two, and they have the second highest team total on the slate. I also like using J.K. Dobbins if I'm not using Lamar in tier 1, just as direct leverage off of that Lamar chalk, and hoping that Dobbins is the one that gets all the touchdowns instead. My favorite play this week, though, is going to be Justin Herbert. It's because they have the highest team total on the board. They also have the highest game total, so it could lead to a shootout. He's also $1,000 less than these guys on the main slate, and that should keep his ownership down in tiers. Plus, he has 3 stack options, so there's a lot of ways that you could build around this game and try and get different from the field. We have Austin Eckler in tier 2, Keenan Allen in tier 4, and he has Big Mike Williams in tier 8. So I like just mixing all those stacks together. Plus, we have 2 run back options that we can use in Tyreek Hill in tier 2 and Jalen Waddle in tier 4. Tua is available too if you want to stack both of those guys with Tua and then use the Chargers guys as run back pieces instead. All of the quarterbacks in tier 5 do have 2 stack options this week. So I will be stacking in this tier as well. I like that you can get a little bit different with this tier. There's no player that really sticks out. So I'll be using them all, but I'll really be focusing on that Chargers and Miami game for that tier 1 stack. I will have a full list of plays of how I'm going to attack this tier slate every week over at SHIPITNation.com. If you want to see exactly how I'm going to be playing it. This week, I think that tier 3 is going to be the toughest tier to choose from. So if you could do me a favor, let me know your favorite play in tier 3 down in the comment section. Maybe you guys can help me out with building some of my lineups. But before I get out of here, I want to remind you guys that the 3-2-1 Blast Off bundle will be going away after this weekend. So get in there, lock in the best price available, pay less, play more. That's our motto. So I'll be back with an afternoon and primetime slate breakdowns. But if you can hit that like and subscribe button for us, it really helps out. Good luck this week in tiers. I hope to see some Ship It Nation logos up top. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.